Everybody. We're going to get started here in just another couple of seconds. Last chance, get as many people on the line as you can. We've got some great information today. And I would like to turn the time over to a really, really good friend and, somebody that I've come very, very close to over the last few months. She's one of the hardest working people I've met in network marketing and super amazing, building a giant, enormous team. And she's doing it with love, compassion. And as everybody will hear, she's doing it in a way that makes her feel good about what she's doing in this industry and not icky by any means. So Jen Venata, are you on the call?
I am. Thanks, Mike. I really appreciate that. Welcome. Hi, guys. My name is Jen Venata, and I'm actually going to be your host for tonight. And thank you, first of all, for jumping on this call, because I know that there's so many different things that you guys can be doing on a Thursday evening. And we're so excited to be talking about our new mood, motivation, and metabolism drink that is completely flying off the shelf right now. And who better to talk about this new product than the creator himself? So we have Dr. Shawn on the call tonight. And before I hand it over to him, I just want to give you a little bit of his background here. I have some notes here. So Dr. Shawn has won several scientific awards. He's published several books, been on numerous media outlets, including the Dr. Oz Show. He's produced an award-winning obesity documentary and has been invited to the White House to participate in fighting childhood obesity. And here he is at Amari with us. We are so honored to have him. He is leading the research and development efforts here. And so Dr. Shawn, I'm gonna pass it over to you because I know that everybody is just dying to know, what is this drink? What's in it? How is it working? What should we expect? And even how did you come up with this idea? So I'm gonna hand it over to you.
Thanks a lot, Jen. Yeah, and I realize I've got on my T-shirt tonight that says "Your mind is your edge," right? And I didn't plan that, right? We're talking about this new product that is called Amari Edge, and Edge gives people this mental edge, what we would call mental fitness. So Amari Global is the mental wellness company, and everything that we do comes back to mental wellness in one way or another, right? Sometimes we're helping people lower stress. Sometimes we're helping them raise their resilience. Sometimes we're helping with focus or energy or sleep quality, or there's a lot of slices under the mental wellness umbrella. One of those slices is the upper end of our mental wellness continuum called mental fitness. And this product, Amari Edge, does three things that I think most people are interested in. It improves your mood, your motivation, and your metabolism. And we got there through a lot of research, a lot of false starts, a lot of dead ends. It took us a while to get to where we got, but we have a product that is phenomenally effective. People feel it almost immediately in terms of the mood and motivation piece of it. And then the metabolism piece of it also kicks in immediately. You have better blood sugar control, better fat metabolism, better fat burning, but you'll eventually notice weight loss, you have fat loss. You'll notice fat going away through your entire body, and even belly fat, which for a lot of people is the hardest fat to get rid of. So mood, motivation, metabolism. Whenever I say that to people, they say, yes, please. And when can I get it? What we were able to do is find three really, really effective botanical products. One of them is mango leaf, one is lychee fruit, and one is palm fruit. And they all have their own unique set of benefits. But when you put them together, you really get this effect where people go, wow, that is how I want to feel. And we've got somebody texted me just before we get on the call and said, hey, are we going to be able to share any of the science around Amari Edge? And I said, yeah, my Tuesday call, this coming Tuesday, so in whatever, 4 or 5 days, is going to be all about the science around Edge and how Edge compares to other kinds of products that you might think are in this same sort of a category. There's a lot of energy products out there. There's a lot of products out there that claim to sort of stimulate your metabolism, but there they're almost always based on stimulants. And so what you end up getting is you get this short-term rise in how you feel, right? You might feel jacked up for a little while, but then you end up crashing because of the nature of how stimulants work. This is a non-stimulant way. Across these 3 ingredients, we've got over 50 studies. On the final formulation, we've got some studies that I'm actually going to outline on Tuesday, showing that you get something that isn't just an additive effect of 1 + 1 + 1, 3 main ingredients equal 3. It's more like 1 + 1 + 1 synergize in a really, really cool way across the entire gut-brain axis that gives you 1 + 1 + 1 equals 10 or 15 or 20. And that's what we mean by an experiential product, where on Tuesday, I'll talk about the science. But one of the really, really cool things about this product is that you feel it. You can feel it working. You can see it working. We've had prototypes out there being sort of test marketed with a certain number of Amari Wellness partners, and you wouldn't believe some of the things that we're seeing back. You know, people who are saying like, I always hated exercising and now I'm more physically active, or my mood is so much better. I'm smiling all the time, and people are asking me why. And I've already started seeing, after just a few weeks, people starting to post, here's my body selfie, right? Here's how I look week 1, week 2, week 3, and people are noticing differences in their overall body composition. So it's clean label, it's non-stimulant, it's sugar-free, it's calorie-free, it's all natural, it's watermelon flavored, so we get a natural flavor, we get natural sweeteners. It's just, it really ticks all the boxes, I think, that people are looking for, just in terms of mental fitness and physical performance. And I think what we're going to see when it's on pre-launch right now. It'll start shipping the end of this month. I think what we're going to start seeing when people start using it is like, you'll get a category of people who use it every single morning to get themselves up and ready to face the day, right? Get that motivation going, to fuel their day. You're going to get a category of people who use it like a pre-workout, right? To really fuel their mood, motivation, metabolism for that workout. You're going to get a category of people that use it to help them change their body composition so that they maintain their muscle mass and they lose body fat. You're going to get people who use it just as an anytime feel good sort of a thing. So it's one of those products that really touches on the things that people are looking for that sometimes are really, really hard for them to achieve. And especially post-COVID, post-pandemic, everybody wants to get out and feel good and go back to their normal lives. And the seasons are starting to change. It's starting to get nice out, and people are going to want to get outside and, be active and feel good and look good and all those sorts of things. So I think in a lot of ways, it's a really the right kind of product at the right time that sort of ticks off all the boxes that people are looking for. So that's a really quick overview. I'm happy to answer any questions that you guys might have, but I'll hand it back over to Jen.
Yeah, we do have a couple questions that seem to come in over and over again. And the first one I hear over and over again is, I'm on medication. Is it okay to take something like this? Or I'm breastfeeding, or I'm pregnant, or what if my child would happen to get it? Is it safe for all of those things?
Yeah, and this is one of the things that I feel really, really good about. It's safe for all of those categories because it's non-stimulant, because it's sugar-free, because it's all natural, because it doesn't jack you up and then have you fall off the cliff. For all of those categories, it doesn't interact with medications. It doesn't interfere with medications. It really is one of those products that I think is gonna fit the needs for so many people that are looking for something like this, but then would say like, oh, I can't take it because of stimulants, or I can't take it because there's a weird herb in there that's going to interact with my medication, or can my child take it? I say this to people all the time. I would much rather have kids take this, maybe start with half a dose because it's a pretty potent product, rather than have them take any of the energy drinks or sport drinks that are out there that are just full of all kinds of chemicals and artificial synthetic stuff that I call chemical bombs. This is all natural, clean label, really something that's never existed before.
I know, it's so exciting. Well, what if somebody came to you and said, What about allergies? I have an allergy to watermelon or mango or tree nut. Is there anything that we should be concerned about allergy
Yeah.
wise?
Yeah, those are always good questions, right? Because people can have allergies to mangoes, right? My sister-in-law has a mango allergy. So like if she were to grab a mango and take a big bite out of it, she would have a bad experience. So same thing with lychee is a tree nut. So people who have those allergies need to proceed with a little bit of caution. But where I feel pretty confident is the fact that we're not using mango fruit, which is where people usually have those allergies. We're not using the tree nut. We're using the pulp, the fruit of the lychee, and we're using extract. So we're using a very purified extract of the mango leaf, a very purified extract of the lychee fruit. So it's very, very rare for somebody to have an allergy to an extract, because in the case of the mango, the extract is high in these compounds called xanthones. There's no protein there to set off an allergic reaction. With the lychee, the extract is very purified in these compounds called polyphenols. There's no protein to set off that allergy. So it's very, very unlikely, but allergies are weird. And so, people can have sensitivities, they can have intolerances, they can have frank allergies. And so I always say to people, proceed with caution, use a little bit to start out with, use it with a food that your body tolerates normally. But I wouldn't anticipate for most people to be any problem whatsoever.
Okay, great. So how many times a day can we take something like this? Is there a limit? And when we take it, what are some things that we should be feeling or seeing? Like, what are some of the testers coming back and saying to you that they're noticing?
The testers, so we have a Facebook group going for people who are just in the test group. So it's a private group for those people to go in and share their experiences. And if you just sort of happened upon this page on the internet, you would go, no, sir, no. They can't be having that much of an effect in that short period of time in that much of a dramatic fashion, right? That just it just doesn't sound right. But we're seeing it over and over and over again. People are feeling happier, they're feeling more motivated, they're feeling energetic, they're feeling mental energy as well as physical energy. People after a couple of days are saying that their stomachs are flatter. Now that's not a fat loss that's happening in a couple days. It's sort of a de-bloating kind of an effect, right? Because we have an effect at the level of the gut, of the microbiome. So their stomachs are flatter because they're less bloated. But then the real fat loss benefits start coming after a couple of weeks, where people say, oh, I'm able to button my pants better, and I look better with my shirt off, and that sort of stuff. So there are these very dramatic testimonials going on. There's this very, very good science that supports the fact that they're seeing those testimonials. But I say to people, because it's such an experiential product, you have to try it for yourself, because whoever you are, you're going to get some degree of all of those benefits. Some people might be predominantly on the mood side. Some might be predominantly on the metabolism side. Some might be predominantly on the motivation side. And some people are going to get, a lot of all of that. But it really is up to that individual person to experience it for themselves and go, oh, that's what they were talking about, right? That's where I really, really love the fact that the science is so good. We can be really, really confident to say to somebody, look, try it. You're gonna feel it, and you're gonna like the way it makes you feel. And we know that because of all of these clinical trials.
And I encourage people to take a picture, because I'm on day 17 of testing. I'm in the testing group, and I took a picture last night and I sent it to 3 people because you're like, do you notice what I'm noticing?
Right.
And they're like, yes, I can see it. And I didn't lose anything yet on the scale, but I could already see the inches going down. It was incredible. So that's exciting. All right, so this might be a sciencey question. I don't know if this is going to be over our heads or not, but I noticed that there's 0 carbs, but there's rice flour in there. And I had some diabetics saying, can I take this? How is there 0 carbs when there's that rice flour?
Yeah, so the rice flour is a really teensy tiny amount. The only reason that we have it in there is that it's a dispersion agent, which means that it helps that powder. When you take that little scoop of powder and put it into your water, it helps it go in the liquid. So it helps it mix. So that mixing helps it to mix up, to become solubilized, so it doesn't clump and things like that. But it's such a teeny tiny amount that we can use because that's such a pure rice flour that we can use a tiny amount that delivers 0 carbohydrates, 0 calories.
That's awesome. Okay, now I'm dying to know this answer because I want to hear it from a scientist standpoint. I know that you are in demand. The quality of what you do is phenomenal. You've contracted out with other companies in the past, so you know other network marketing companies, other products. I want to know, now that you're here with Amari, because our entire product line you've done, why the mental wellness company? Like, why would someone want to even consider partnering with us, like during this launch? Why now? Why mental wellness?
Yeah, mental wellness is, like, without exaggeration, mental wellness is the biggest growth area in all of wellness, but also in all of healthcare. One of the things that is really, really cool to see right now is that you're seeing health, like you're seeing medicine and wellness, which used to be really distinctly different categories. You're seeing them start to merge together, and the place that they're merging together is mental wellness. People want to feel better. Like, that is for overall health, for overall longevity, for overall physical health. Mental is where the tip of the spear is. So it's the sort of simple way to say it is that if we can help people feel better, their physical parameters just follow like dominoes, right? Physical or mental wellness, if you can improve that, which is used to be so difficult to do because the science wasn't sort of fully baked. It's gotten really, really good over the last 5 years, and that just happened to be the time that Amari was starting. If you can improve mental wellness in people, you can help them change their appetite. You can help them change their inflammation. You can help them change their oxidation. You can help them change their blood sugar control. You can help them change their cholesterol. You can help them make better behavioral choices, all that cascade down like dominoes from that first one. That most important one is mental wellness. And we couldn't form this company 10 years ago because the science wasn't there yet. We could barely form it 5 years ago. So we're 4 years old. It just so happens that when we were putting this company together, the science around mental wellness had changed to a point where we could go, aha, it's ready. It's ready for us to harness it and build it into these products that we can launch into people's lives, and they can get all these benefits that we're talking about. So it's a really, really exciting time. And I think, like, without overstatement, this is a once in a lifetime pivot, right? This is when something changes, and it like the world will never be the same from this point forward because we've been able to solve that mental wellness piece. And don't just believe me, like, I obviously get very passionate about it because I've been studying this for 20 years, but look at what the Global Wellness Institute says about the mental wellness category, right? It's an economy in and of itself that is really pulling along all of health and wellness behind it.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so I want to transition a little bit here. You kind of set us up for the person that's maybe listening tonight and they're like, this is great. Like, I can totally get behind you on this. I could use this product for myself. I could probably even think of 5 people in my head right now that could use this product. And I love the mission that you're going on. So I kind of want to transition here. I want to hear a little bit from, thank you so much, by the way, for coming on.
Yeah, my pleasure.
This is so exciting. I love this product. I want to transition to Mr. Pat Hintz. He has been in a home-based business industry now for over 30 years. He's helped countless people achieve their dreams of financial freedom and is one of our founding wellness partner here at Amari, and has helped shape who we are today. So Pat lives in Milwaukee, Wisconsin with his wife, Cindy. He is a girl mom of 3 and a boy grandpa to 2. So I want to welcome Pat. Are you there, Pat? Because I want to hear a little bit your experience in business. I would love to hear your background with the whole timing,
Yeah.
why now, why Amari, and why is the timing so important?
Yeah, listen, I feel like, hey, Jen, thanks for having me. I feel like everybody's at home right now booing and throwing tomatoes at the guy that just interrupted Dr. Shawn. So it's always a difficult thing. I could listen to him forever, and he can make anything sound so interesting. He's excited about it. He's passionate, and it's working like crazy. We are unbelievably blessed to have somebody like Dr. Shawn here. So thanks, bud. Appreciate you. And I know that there'll be many more of these to come. So yeah, listen, Jen, welcome everybody. It looks like we got a great turnout. Thank you for jumping in here. Somebody thought enough of you to ask you to come and look and listen. And yes, I have been, the introduction only places me squarely in the idea that I'm probably the oldest guy in the room. So the reality is I've been in this industry for 30 years. I've been blessed by it. I've seen incredible things happen financially for myself, my family, but most importantly for others. And I've witnessed those people that understood where they were at a time that things were changing, and they benefited from it greatly. And I will tell you that in my 30 years of experience in this industry, I've never seen something as dynamic come together at a time when so many outside forces are shifting in our favor. This whole idea of, this decade being the mental wellness decade is remarkable. And here's the thing. We don't have to go and create that. Dr. Shawn just talked about it. This is all coming together at a time when Amari just happened to be created, right? But we don't have to go out and create this. What we have to do is recognize it and get in the way of it. Like, just be willing to open up to people and say that you've got some answers around this whole area of mental wellness. And in the form of mood, motivation, and metabolism is a really simplistic, positioning to take. And the idea really does come down to that fact that says which one of these three things might interest you the most. And virtually everybody says yes to all three, right? So, and so everything that's coming together, I've seen that kind of timing change average, everyday, ordinary people's lives because they were willing to get in the way of it and to be a part of it. I don't know. There's a lot of folks here that maybe are here for the very first time, and I've said this to the group on a number of occasions. But there's a saying that says, "In a rising tide, all boats rise." Right? I mean, everybody goes up. I'm going to add something to that. In a rising tide, all boats rise that are in the water. Okay, I'm going to add that little bit there that says, listen, you could go on about your life, right? And mental wellness is going to become the national conversation. There's going to be an offering of products like what Amari is offering that is going to find itself in a massive need category and explode exponentially around the world with or without you. The difference is tonight is that you've now been introduced to it. And we might not be able to answer all the questions. I get it. If some of you are brand new and you're like, I don't know why I'm here. I thought this was some kind of 30-minute comedy show or something. And now here I am listening to this, whatever it is, right? You now know about this because somebody thought enough of you to ask you. And so what you do with it now is entirely up to you. But the fact of the matter remains, Jen, is that I believe personally that this is going to have the opportunity to change the lives, the financial direction of so many lives. And here's the thing, you don't have to go make $1 bazillion to have something really beneficial happen. What if you made enough to cover your own products, or to, heaven forbid, you made enough to be able to take care of a car payment? Or to people were freaking out weeks ago going, hey, when can I get my $1,400? This stimulus thing is awesome. I'm going to be able to do this and able to do that. And, all kinds of craziness. But it's like, well, how would you like to have something like that come to you? every single month, or more than that if you wanted to. And how would you create that? Do you really have the talent to be able to do it? And the answer is, yeah. How many people do you think about this right now? Even if you were joining us brand new, how many people in your life circle right now would be interested in better mood, motivation, or metabolism in some form or fashion? In something that tastes good, was good for you, had no side effects, right? That was 100% money back guarantee. That if you didn't get out of it what you thought you were supposed to get out of it, we will simply give you your money back and say, thanks for trying. That's it. How many people in your life circle do that? If you earnestly, honestly ask them and believe that this was something for them, I would say that everybody here knows enough people that could create an income from that would make a difference in your life. It may not be the winning lottery ticket, but it would give you an example of what could be done if you stay at it. And this very call here tonight is the perfect example of that, because a year ago, Jen, we might not have even been able to get more than me, you, and Dr. Shawn on a call, because that's all that knew about it. Well, here we are, right? Hundreds. This time next year, we do something like this, thousands. I've seen tens of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people, and yes, millions of people be affected by this form of marketing, advertising, word of mouth distribution of a message that fills a need in a marketplace. I've seen it happen again and again, and it changes people's lives. And so I'm going to leave you with this idea, because it's the one thing that I think everybody would yell at me if I didn't. The timing element of Amare in particular, in our position inside this massive wave that's building, is so unique, because every company goes through certain phases. And now that we are fully 3 years old, a little bit over 3 years old, we are out of our startup phase where we came together and we talked to a few of us, and all of us said, man, this is a great idea. But we didn't prove it. Then we went out and proved it. And some people tried the products. They got excited about it. They used them. Life started to change. We got testimonials. They grew into more and more. And over the first 3 years, we sold tens and tens and tens and tens of millions of dollars worth of products, 100% guaranteed. We took back less than 1% of them, right? And that was probably because the UPS guy stepped on a box or something, right? So we have a bunch of people excited about what's going on. We're changing people's lives. And now we're right about to go into that next area of growth, because we get out of our startup. We're in our growth phase right now where we can start to get a few more numbers. But the most important aspect to all of us is that we're right before the third element of corporate growth is called, is a hyper growth environment, where there's this major, massive expansion. Some people call it a hockey stick, but it's where it gets generally accepted and the masses come in to a company like this. I've been through it a couple different times. I know friends who have been through it, a number of different people that I've been, that I'm in connection with. And I've seen it happen again and again and again in our industry. And we're right at that doorstep. And it is the culmination of the idea that says you are at the right place, the right time. And if you have the right attitude and you're be willing to take that step forward, there is an unfair advantage to the financial future you have in front of you, simply because of a 30 or 40-minute call that you jumped on tonight. I firmly believe that. I don't think you'd expect me to say anything else, I know, but I firmly believe that. And the opportunity here is bigger than you might imagine, and has absolutely no ceiling to it whatsoever. And so people can become as big and grand as they desire in this. And it's a lot of fun, because we get to work with really great, positive, self-motivated, uplifting people all the way. So anyway, Jen, that's my story. And I wanted to share that with everybody. Thanks for allowing me to share my passion. And I know you've got some other great people to talk.
Yeah, thanks, Pat, so much. I mean, I know for myself, I was an elementary teacher, and I've been able to double what I made as a teacher. And now I can be a stay-at-home mom, and I cannot miss a moment with my kids. So it has been life-changing for me. And I remember first just dipping my toe in the water, saying, if I could just get my products paid for, and I had no idea what was possible here. So I totally resonate with everything that you just said.
Can I add something to that?
Yeah.
I think one of the most important things that has to get across somehow, like we try this as best we can, But to allow that fact that you were able to do that, to allow that to resonate with whoever is on this call, wherever you are, that you could internalize the belief that says in a very short period of time, you could change the financial circumstance that you find yourself in. I'm not too worried about the go-getters, the people that want to go after this thing, and they've got, an abundance of confidence and success, and they're going to do great things. But I will tell you, the coolest thing for me is to take somebody that's wondering whether they can do something or not and get them to believe in themselves a little bit, because they oftentimes sprout into these mighty forces that I think even surprises themselves about how many people you can affect. That to me is such a great fulfillment of our business. And I don't want that to lose on anybody here tonight, because I believe that can happen virtually for anyone, no matter what circumstance you come to tonight's call on. And you're living proof of it, Jen.
Thanks, Pat. I really appreciate you and sharing tonight. So one more person I want you to hear from, and that is, so first of all, let me just say that what I've noticed in my organization is when people come in, I've seen a lot of people who have been stuck in previous companies or network marketing before. And one of the things I've noticed here is how they're not stuck. They're actually going up through the ranks and they're making more money. I had someone say, I never made more than $200 doing this before, and she just got a check of $1,000 and she couldn't believe it, almost fell off her chair. And so the simple systems, the ease of getting started here is incredible. And so I want you guys to hear from my mentor, Beck Sadik. She is one of the top leaders here in Amari, and she is our social media marketing expert. So Beck Sadik, are you here? I was hoping that maybe you could share a little bit with us, like if somebody's coming in saying, this sounds great, but I'm just not sure what this looks like for me. Can I do this? I don't have any skills. I've never done this before. What would you say to them?
Hey guys, how are you? Thank you for having me, Jen. This has been awesome. So yes, that is an excellent question, Jen. And I'm going to answer it for you guys in just 1 minute. But first, I want to hear from you guys a little bit, right? Because we've talked about this amazing new product, which I'm obsessed with, by the way. Like, Edge is amazing, and the results that I've gotten on this product in a very short amount of time have been mind-blowing for me. So Dr. Shawn, kudos to you for developing such an amazing product. But I know we've got a lot of people on here tonight, and I know that some of you guys are probably here to learn about mood, motivation, and metabolism, right? But I wonder if some of you guys are here too thinking, what is this business about, right? Like, is this something I could do? So if you're here and you're intrigued about how this business might work for you, can you just go ahead and put a business down into the chat box for me? And if you're just here for the product, just throw a product down there too, just so we can kind of get a sense for what we've got going on here. Awesome. So I see a lot of business rolling in, which I love, because I am absolutely a business-minded person. And I've been in this direct selling world for the past 10 years. And I can say without a shadow of a doubt that I have never been this excited before. And the reason for that is simplicity. This product that we have here with Edge, this mood, motivation, and metabolism product, is so simple, right? So I'm the systems girl. I love social media marketing. I've done this network marketing, direct selling thing many different ways, okay? 10 years, I've done it many different ways. And I absolutely love creating systems and social media processes for my team so that people can be successful quickly and they can do it on social media. But I have never in my life seen something so simple to share as what we have with Edge. So if you are looking at this from a, could I potentially do this business thing, we've got you covered, okay? So I can tell you that even if we didn't have these systems, you would probably be able to come here and crush it, just because of how well this product works and how simple it is to share. But we want to take it to that next level for you, right? We want to make sure that you don't have to even wait for the product to get into your body for you to start making money, right? We want to help you come out of the gate and be able to share this with other people and turn this into a business for yourself. So what we've done is we've created a really simple launch process for you, right? So when you jump in with this business, We give you our 3-day launch process, which is all on social media, super easy and simple to do. You don't even need your own results yet to do it. And it's still authentic, right? We're not about doing this in a way that's going to compromise your integrity or your reputation. It's got to still be from a place of authenticity. So that's super important to us. And we teach that. So right out of the gate, you're going to have a strategy to go ahead, get started, and get yourself into profit. Now, strategy is great, right? And giving you like, here, go do this is awesome. But we want to make sure that you also have ongoing support. So we have weekly social media training calls where we make sure you get that extra support you need to be able to make this business whatever it is that you want to make it. And then we also have an awesome social media groups, right? So we have Facebook groups that have tons of great information in them for you to be able to throw your prospects into so that they can get the information they need. They can get the testimonials they're looking for without you having to be an expert yet, right? So if you're worried about coming into something like this, whether you have no experience at all, or maybe you've got some experience and you fell on your face before, maybe you've got some experience and you've done really well before, we can help you be successful no matter where you are on that spectrum. And I feel so confident in that because we've been doing this for 3 years, even before we had this super simple product at our fingertips. In fact, this month alone, we're seeing record-breaking enrollments. And honestly, you guys, we're seeing it from people that never before even thought that they were capable of achieving the things that they're achieving. And we're also seeing results from people that haven't even put this product in their body yet because they're so excited about the results that they're seeing from other people, but also how simple and authentic it is to just share on social media. So my hope for tonight for you guys is if you did come in here, maybe just looking for product and now the wheels are turning, could I make some money with this, right? That you're now seeing this as something that you can do. Right? I know you can do it. I know Jen knows you can do it. I know that all of the amazing leaders on this team know you can do it. And we've got you covered. We've got the systems in place to make sure that you're successful. So Jen, did you want me to share how people can get going with this as well?
Yeah, especially with the special that we have running this month for the 2 edges for the launch pack. I just thought maybe if you're on the call tonight and you're thinking, well, I want to be a customer, what does that look like to start? Or I want to be a wellness partner, what does that look to start? If you could just give them the basics, that would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're looking at this for a business, my recommendation for you would be to go with our business launch pack. We've got an awesome special with that launch pack this month where you actually get 2 canisters of Edge, which is that mood, motivation, metabolism drink that we're all here to learn about tonight. You get it for free with that launch package, which is such an awesome deal. That's where I got started when I started my business. I know Jen got started there as well. So that's where I would recommend you get started if you're looking at this for a business. Now, if you're here and you want to just get these products in your body and try Edge, I highly recommend you do that as well. And we've got a 60-day supply that you can get, which is going to last you probably 30 days, if not less. I can tell you guys, I was a part of the tester group and my 30-day supply, I have 1 scoop left. It's been 3 weeks tomorrow. And I'm like, I'm hoarding it. I'm rationing it, right? So you definitely want to get in with that 60-day supply that we're offering right now. And you do get a discount when you do the 60-day supply versus the 30-day supply. And then we've also got some other awesome products on top of that too. And you can bundle them with that 2-pack with that 60-day supply at 50% off. So what I would recommend you do is that you get with the person who invited you here, right? Like shoot them a message right now, shoot them a text and just be like, I'm ready to do this. Say, I'm ready to do this business thing. I'm ready to get these products in my body, whichever way you want to go. And they can help you pick 3 products at 50% off to partner with that 60-day 2-pack. Or you can come in with that launch pack and get those 2 canisters of Edge for free.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Beck, for explaining that. All right, it is time for prizes for our drawing. So drop me a prize in the comment section below if you want your name picked. I'm going to transition over to Mike. Mike, are you still there? I know you said you were going to do the drawing for us.
Absolutely. How are you doing?
Good.
All right. So we went through and we have 4 winners. So congratulations to the 4 winners. If you are not currently with Amari Global, please let the person know that invited you to the call that we need your address to be able to send you these products. Okay? I notice there's a lot of people on here that are not already part of Amari. All right. So number 1 winner is Megan Petron. I think that's how you say it. Petron, could be that. It could be one or the other. She won a box of energy. So congratulations, Megan. And then we have Kathy Hughes. She won a bottle of sleep. Congratulations. Kathy Spencer won a bottle of mood. Once again, congratulations. And finally, for the fundamentals, drum roll, please. Who's going to win the full fundamentals kit? All right. Thank you, Dr. Shawn and Rebecca. We got that. It goes to, wow, that's a last name there. Amber Frueh, F-R-U-E-H. Is that? I'm assuming it's Frueh. I don't know. Lost me on that one, but I spilled it and spelled it for you. So congratulations, all 4 winners. If you are already part of Amari, I'll find you and send it out to you. If you're not, please let the person know that invited you here today that you won and that you would love to get your address to me so I can get you those products. I'm going to turn it back over to Jen. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks, Mike. Well, I just want to do one more thank you. Thank you, Dr. Shawn. Thank you, Pat and Beck and Mike, for helping out tonight. I'm so glad that you guys were here. Thank you for everyone that showed up. And again, just like Beck said, if you have any questions, please follow up with the person that invited you here. We have a special feature called the shopping cart, and it takes all of the stress away from ordering your product. So you just have to let the person who invited you know if you want to go customer or wellness partner, and they will get everything set up for you. Send you a link where all you have to do is one click and you fill out your information, your credit card information, and you're done with under 2 minutes. So let them know. But thank you, everybody, for coming tonight. I appreciate your time and have a good rest of your evening.